What inspired you to become active in the fight for equality and social justice?
I think for me and for many people, this time has been a time of waking up or being woke. And even though I never considered myself racist or ever seen color in people, I have many black friends or dark-skinned friends, girls and boys, and yeah. I guess that's the problem, though, that we were never seeing color, and we weren't seeing the struggle that people of color are going through and have been going through from many years. And so I think it was just a time of, unfortunately, a lot of bad things had to happen and it took way too long for people to wake up. And even though, again, I didn't consider myself someone who was racist, I still had to check myself. And I think that's what a lot of people are going through now. And, it's been a really rough time. It's been really rough to kind of just wake up to that reality that my brothers and sisters have been going through for a very long time, whether that's on the field, whether that's in school, upbringing, taking walks from, school to home, all these, even buying groceries, every walks of life, they have been going through a lot of things that honestly I haven't. And I think it's time for people who haven't to have empathy and to put themselves in their place and see what that feels like. And it's horrible. I can already tell you, even though I haven't even been through even the slightest of that. And I just think waking up is the biggest thing that happened to us.
What does the term equality mean to you?
The term equality means to me just again, doesn't matter your sexual orientation, color of your skin, everybody should be treated equal and justice for all. Honestly, that is what it means to me. That is what it should mean to many in this country and in this world. And I think if everybody puts in a little bit more effort together, I think we will get there.
Have you ever personally experienced any form of racism?
So, if I experienced any form of racism, I've witnessed, and as far as my upbringing is, we're Argentinians, or my mother and father were Argentinian, and I think a form of racism or discrimination was they don't speak good English, and I always, growing up, saw many people kind of write them off or treat them a little bit differently as soon as they open their mouth. And, that always kind of caught my attention and just rubbed me the wrong way. And, I think, but growing up, you get used to it. And I think that's the problem. People kind of are, it's true, but, they're in their privilege. And I think that's another thing that we've woken up to, that people are in their privilege. And I think it's a privilege to learn about racism as opposed to go through it. I think that's huge. I think that's huge, yeah.
Well said. Yeah. You can ask a question, Jeff. It's your turn to make it.
So I may ask this one to you a little bit different.
Okay.
The question is, do you feel your life has been more challenging based on the color of your skin? Maybe it's
True.
the same vein as how you answered the last.
Yeah, no, I think I've seen discrimination in different ways, but I've also seen friends that are black or are dark-skinned Latinos being mistreated, or even just light jokes and things like that. But those, when you go home, when anybody goes home, that stuff stays with you. It's scarring, it's degrading, and I think that's what needs to stop. That's what needs to stop, because this comes from, it all starts in your four walls. And I think if you get that right, if hopefully this next generation, raises their children to not discriminate others by their skin, by what they sound like, by the way their hair is, even to those slightest details, I think this world could be a better place. I think we have a long way to go, but I think if everybody chips in and does their part, I think hopefully we'll get there.
This last question kind of goes the way I'm going to ask it is,
yeah.
said about what would you tell young boys and girls of color, but what would you tell?
Yeah,
them?
no, I think if there's any advice I could give, and something that I've applied in my life, is to keep educating yourself. You know, there's a lot of history in this country that we've been taught that I don't think it's very biased and maybe one-sided. I think there's a lot of history that we're not, whether it's on purpose or, you know, we're not made aware of. And I think, you know, there's a lot of culture in this country that we still need to be educated on, and educated on how people are being mistreated. You know, don't shy away. Don't be in your privilege. Face it and help others. I think that's huge. You know, just the fact that you can see something and not say anything and not do anything means you are privileged. You know, because there are people that have to go through it every single day. So I think if we just keep educating ourselves, including myself, you know, I really feel like that'll make a huge difference.
How would you advise people to contribute to making change?
Let's see. I think it kind of, maybe it's like similar to what I like. Yeah, I just think, I think a big word for me is just having empathy, man. You got to be empathetic toward what people are going through, you know, whether it's a global pandemic or racism. You just got to, you know, always offer a helping hand. And I know it's tough. I know sometimes you rather just shy away. That's their problem. But I think we all need to be more unified and just have more empathy for each other.
Great.
Thanks, man.
Awesome. Hopefully that